Hello, and thank you for joining us for this TOC America's on-demand content. We are privileged to be partnering with Container Shipping, supporting seafarers at this year's show. 2020 has been a very challenging year for all, and what we have seen is the frontline worker across all industries being placed front and centre of people's consciousness. For the maritime sector, we watched as hundreds of thousands of seafarers from across the globe became stranded on ships and still today continue to work and are unable to leave. This deepening crew change crisis continues to threaten trade and maritime safety, and seafarers continue to grapple with medical and mental health issues while stuck in transit. Today, we are delighted that Father Samuel Torres from Stella Maris has joined me today to raise awareness and highlight the important work that they do. I would like to thank Father Samuel for his time and to thank Philip Eastell from the CSSS for facilitating this interview. So, Father Samuel, thank you very much for joining us today. To begin, may I sort of hand the floor to you, and can you give us an introduction and explain what you and your colleagues do for Stella Maris and the support you give to seafarers calling at ports in South America?
Okay, very good. Thank you, Sam. I am very happy to be here for this short interview and also to have the opportunity to share with you and everybody else who is listening us. Well, the Latin America region is a very large region, and the Stella Maris is present in different ports, but not as United States or Canada, Europe, because that region, the AOS or Apostolatus Maris, is very strong. In Latin America, we have just very few centers. Few of them are active, and few of them is not so active. But I am living in Santos, the principal port, the largest port of Latin America, and also the largest port of Brazil. And from here, I coordinate, I be in touch with the other centers around the world, and also around the region. Just to have an idea how is our presence, because I've been in charge as regional coordinator for almost 20 years. In 20 years, we can get a lot of experience and also a very good experience, and especially a very good network with the local authorities, with national authorities and national authorities. We have the opportunity also to be in touch with the network and use this instrument to help seafarers, especially those who really need our help. But usually in our region, practically from Mexico to Argentina, we can cover that region with few centers, but most of the time we use the network. Just to have an idea where our real presence. In Brazil, we have three centers: Rio de Janeiro, Santos, and Rio Grande do Sul. In Colombia, we have two, in Cartagena and Buenaventura. In Ecuador, we have one, Guayaquil. In Honduras, we have one, in Puerto Cortés. In Mexico, we have one, Progreso. In Panama, we have in Balboa. Montevideo, Uruguay. In Argentina, Buenos Aires. Practically, those centers are working 80%, 85%. And from these centers, we can specify the service. We have religious service and social service. The social service is very easy because we have the daily sheet visiting to be in touch with them, to talk with them, especially with the social assistant or the driver or the visitor ship or somebody else from the civil center. And also we bring material, books, bulletins, calendars, information about the CIFR Center, and we bring a lot of material on board for the CIFRs. After that, we have the free transportation to the center, or from the ship to the center. I am using this kind of explanation because this information we do in all Siemens centers. It's the same information, the same item that we offer to the CIFR center. After our visit, we arrange transportation to the Siemens center, to the Salamares, or to go shopping, to go around for a short tourism, or something like that. In the Siemens Center, the CIFR has a lot of activities, especially I can say, well, we have very good reception. We have library, we have TV, we have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, very good Wi-Fi. We have interchange book because the CIFRs, well, you know, the CIFRs, when they are on land, they don't have much time to read. But when they are at sea, they have a lot of time to read. We interchange books with among of them, and also videos. You know, videos. They asking us to load down videos and bring to them, and during at the sea they can watch videos. I think this is very good, very good. And after that, we have the social assist, just for conversation, just for activities, social activities inside of the Stalamaris. We use all our creativity to give to the CIFR the opportunity to relax, mental relax, health relax, especially. Depends the port chaplain, depends the director, depends the social assistant, the driver. You can use many activities to because the CIFR has not so much time. They have not so much time. This is the reason why we dedicate those 2 or 3 hours, but to spend with them and to offer the opportunity that the CIFR relax and change his mind in general, spiritual, psychological, and healthy health. Also, we have many games over here, table games. We have the CIFR have the opportunity. We have also the gym to play basketball, to play football, to see the people, to go around. Here in Santos, where I am speaking from Santos, but it's almost the same thing in another centers. Santos, the beach is very close from here. It's just 5 blocks. Most of the time, the CIFRs leave the things here. They leave the computer, the bags, and go to the beach to take a short walk, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I think for the CIFR is very good. In general, that item, that service we offer in all CIFR centers. And our network working very well because I be in touch almost once a week, twice a week, we in contact with all the port chaplains and the people who are visiting the ships. Usually I do once or twice a week with those centers that I had mentioned. But the most important also from our presence in the region is the network with the bishop promoters, with the port chaplains, the local authorities, national authorities, especially when the CIFRs has problems. For example, right now, so many are in the hospital according with the pandemic. Here in Santos, in Rio de Janeiro, in north of Brazil, because Brazil is a very huge country. It's like 10 countries. There is many ports, and sometimes people call me from different parts, not just from Brazil, from all the region. Saying, me father, I have some CIFRs here in the hospital, and we need somebody visit him because he wants to talk. He wants to be translate to the doctor, to talk with the doctor, to talk with the nurses, to talk with somebody else. As I am here in Brazil, I cannot move because it's so far. For example, sometimes the person is in north Brazil. It's 4 or 5 hours flying, impossible to go there. But I use the network to contact somebody from there and ask to visit the cipher. Usually, I think 90% of the problem that we have around the region, we found somebody else to help us. Usually, I have from here, we have, as I say, we have very good connection, very good network with all the region, and also with the Stalamares around the world. I have very good contact with Philippines because most of the ciphers are from Philippines. I have very good contact with them. I have contact also with UK, with Italy, with United States, with Canada. We interchange information, we interchange material, we can help them, they can help me. We send the message. The most important that we can, that our answer usually is immediately. And also, in special cases like the cipher be abandoned, for example, we can contact usually the ITF inspectors of the region, and we work together very close. We are very close, and we work together for the ciphers. I think in general, this introduction, I can say, okay, the Stalamares is in the region. Is not so many Stalamares cement center. Really, this is true. We don't have so many, but those who we have is working well. And especially, we have very, very good network among the region. Most of the cases that CIFR is asking us to see, we resolve. We resolve with the, if they need a mass, we can find a priest to celebrate the mass on board, or confession, or sacraments, or ecumenical service. We found somebody else to help us, and we have the social assistant. We usually find somebody else, and legal assistant also. Usually we find that person who can help us. In general, is that Sam?
Well, that's thank you very much for that. I mean, yes, you've gone into a lot of detail, and it's vitally important work that for the last 20 years, as you alluded to, that you've been doing. And yeah, it's nice to hear how important the importance you place upon the network, not just in the region, but across the world. So thank you for that detail. I mean, can I take this opportunity to ask, and forgive me, you may have touched upon it in your previous answer, but 2020 has been such a unique year in many ways. I mean, can you go into a little bit more detail about the most important issue that is affecting seafarers this year?
Well, during this year, my goodness, I think we are talking about with pandemic. The pandemic is very, very how I say, we can know. I don't find the exactly word, because it's many things being affected the ciphers. For example, as I told you, since 2002, I've been in charge. First in Rio de Janeiro, and after that in Santos. I've been here for 14 years, and also for the regional coordinator. And I met a lot of ciphers around the region, or here in Santos, and around the world. One of the things that's being affected a lot is so many nationalities on board. Yeah. For example, this is one big problem. I don't know why, but okay. But this is the problem, because sometimes we can find one cipher who cannot speak with somebody else. Right. And we can go on board, and we see that, and we have I think this is the key for the Stalamares, to go on board and to identify these special cases, to dedicate some time to these people, because these poor ciphers really suffer. As you know, today is very usual to find on board 24 ciphers from 5, 6, 7, 8 nationalities. This is sometimes we can. It's also far for us for Stalamares to understand, and also no nationality. the culture, the language, the religion, and everything else. This is one, I think this have been affected a lot of the ciphers. During this time of pandemic, well, some, I think if we are in land and be affected, can you imagine the ciphers? For example, I've been in Santos, and I didn't stop my work. Even during the pandemic, we are visiting ship every day. And in the last weeks, I met people who cannot go to the family for 14 months, 15 months.
Wow.
And they don't know where can go home. Maybe after 2 years, maybe after 18 months, we don't know. They are working. You can see the faces. The ciphers are anxious. The ciphers asking what happened. They ask for information. But we are very limited because we don't know what happened also. We don't know what happened tomorrow. We don't know what happened in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months. I think this is the ciphers being affected healthily, psychological, social, family, everything in this moment. But we cannot, how we can complain? Because as I said, if we are in land and we are suffering, can you imagine the ciphers? Can you imagine the ciphers? They cannot go out also. They stay on board. Can you imagine 50 months? 10 months, 12 months on board. How is the mind? How is the heart, the family? Is usually we go on board because we have in a special terminal here in Santos, we install I think you know the container to be elaborated by ITF. And from there thank you God, because we installed this container in very good location. And cipher can walk inside the area. The cipher don't need the ID to go out. He can walk inside. And this is good. This is good for them, but sometimes the captain doesn't like the cipher go out to the container, to use the internet, to make a phone call, and they are very anxious to go out. But if they don't have permission, we cannot take out. Even when we can, because I don't see it. We go and back every day. And things are because nothing happened with us, but we obviously we follow all the protocols and everything else. Usually we do every day, every instantly. Then I think in this moment I can mention these two things that been affected the cipher, the multicultural on board. So depends also how the people. And during this time, the pandemic is to don't have the opportunity to go out, stay on board all the time, be affected terrible. For example, right now we are visiting 5 ciphers in the hospital. Mental sick practically it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, we refer to cities being put into lockdown, but you still have a certain sense of freedom, don't you? But as you say, the amount of time that these seafarers are on board, the mental side of this is very, very important. So Father Samuel, can I just this is for our TOC Americas show. I wonder if you could give me some sort of examples. I know you talked a lot about the network and the work that you do, but would you be able to give some examples of the projects that you plan to implement in the future, especially in the South American region?
Yes, we have to implement. We have those Stellamare cipher centers that we have to, I think, to improve, especially. Almost, I tell to the bishop promoters and also to the port chaplain that as regional coordinator, I can help them and I can coordinate to be a little responsible, because to work in Latin America is not so easy, because priests are not available to work. Sometimes the Stellamaris is not a priority of the dioceses. And sometimes, usually, You know, sometimes, usually, each Stella Maris is independent. It's totally independent. This is the reason it's very hard to work, to convince, to talk with the vision promoter, the national director, or even with the port chapter. But right now we have many projects in my mind. I think the next couple of years we can improve, especially those cipher centers that we can implement something like implement. It's not already exists, but we want to implement it. Also, we have good contact, good person in contact, person in charge, person responsible. I think this is the key. Then I have in Cartagena, that is good place to implement something like that. Something in Buenaventura, in Guayaquil, in Puerto Cortés, in Balboa, in Uruguay, and in Buenos Aires. If we can implement something in these Stella Maris in the next 2 or 3 years, we really improve a lot. And after that, we can improve also. I don't know if you know Santos. You know Santos? This is the port of Santos.
Yes, I can't say a thing, but yeah, I'm aware of its work. Yes, of course.
Yeah, because in Santos we have the opportunity. I spoke with Philly also. We have the opportunity to install at least more 2 containers.
Right, that's good.
In the other side of the port, because it's, as you know, the ciphers day by day, the ships not stay so long. It's just very few hours. If we have very good service, we have something close to the ship, ciphers have more opportunity to go at least to say hello, to say I am here, can I use the internet, or can I offer soda or souvenirs, something like that. That thing changed the mind of the ciphers. That thing changed the mind of the ciphers. In the short future, at least I am being here, I am thinking to do this one over here in San. The port is very big. Port is very big. We have opportunity to install. Okay, we have now 1 container in the Stella Maris, but also we can install 2 or 3, at least 2. I have 5 places to install containers. 5 places. And after that, we can also obviously improve our network in the region. Because to improve the network means to be in contact with those people every day.
Yeah.
Because in some places, change the person. If we don't hello, we lose it. If we lose it, we cannot work. This is the reason why I've been here. I try to conscientize my college in the region and here to be in contact and to use the network to help the ciphers. I think this is a very good way, very good instrument that we can use.
Yes, no, of course, and they're intrinsically linked as well, aren't they? You know, the more presence you have in different ports around the region, around the world, thereby improves your network as well, and you know, enables you to get messaging and support out to those that vitally need it. Okay, Father Sam, if you may, I'm just going to end with a final question. Firstly, I was reading today, congratulations to you and all of your colleagues at Stella Maris. I read that you are celebrating your centenary this year, so I applaud all of you for the vital work that you're doing. So just to end, I'll hand the floor over to you. Is there a message that you wish to give everyone who is listening throughout the event on sort of how they can help, both financially in supporting the work that you do, or locally as well? I know that support is always vital for the network you've alluded to. So, is there a final message you'd like to give everyone?
Well, yes, we open our we were planning something different because it's supposed to celebrate the centennial in Glasgow, Scotland, but the pandemic came and changed all our minds.
Of course.
And we have prepared in the region, locally, nationally, regional. We were preparing everything else to celebrate. But even that, we celebrate locally. We celebrate special celebration in the church with few people, with few seafarers also on board. Because as I said before, we continue to visit the ships. Usually, obviously, don't cover like before, but we are part-time working and also we incentivize we call. I have called to the visual promoter, national directors, local port chaplains, local authorities to celebrate, to do something for the seafarers. You can see, for example, you can check on the Facebook. You can see a lot of activities here in Santos, in the regions, in the Vatican, and everything else. And the only message that I can say to the people, to the seafarers, I will use the same word that the Pope used, because sometimes we cannot see the seafarers, but the Catholic Church through the Salamares is seeing the seafarers. Seafarers, don't be alone. We are praying for you. We are praying for you, for your family, for the fishers, those people who are suffering, and those people who are far on the family. I think this word is the key. Don't be alone. Catholic Church through Stalamares is praying, is working with you. We understand how hard is his job, how hard is their life, how hard is to be 15 months far the family, far the country, far everything else. Don't be alone. And the second, well, let's improve the network to try to help those people who really we know, and also the invitation for those who have good heart to help us. During this time of pandemic, I think we have tested the love of the people, to see the needs of the other ones, not just at the sea, not just in special activity, but around of us. And I really sometimes become impressed because so many people make a phone call to say, Father, congratulations. Sometimes you don't need money. You need a word, just a word. Thank you because you pray for me, you pray for my family, you call that person. Thank you for that. Means that we can receive many help. It's not just money. Money is important. Yes, we have to put the car to go on board. We have to prepare material. We have to prepare things. We have to do. Okay, yes, but it's more than money.
Yeah, no, I completely understand, and that's, as I said at the beginning, it's vitally important work, and it's I can only, because I'm the only one in this interview, express gratitude for the work that you and everyone at Stella Maris does, and as I say, wish you all the best for the future, and congratulations for celebrating your centenary. So just to end, I just want to say to people that are watching this, there will be some links, and there is a presentation from Philip Eastel at the CSSS. Please do take a look. If there's anyone that wants further information and perhaps wants to speak to Father Samuel, please contact me. I'll be happy to pass on details. So, Father Samuel, thank you very much for your time today, and look forward to perhaps next year when we're back in the region, we'll be able to see you in person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity, and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.